Mr. Beast can change the world. Okay, this is my news topic for the day, and y'all are probably wondering, like, what the hell is going on? Okay, let me talk about Mr. Beast for a second. Mr. Beast, for those of you that don't know, is a huge YouTuber. He is massive on YouTube. He has like 72 million subscribers. And basically, what he does is he does these like unfathomable challenge, like unfathomable kind of things, and brings them to reality, and makes and is like, it's like he is like one of these quote unquote clickbaity YouTubers, except he actually does it, right? He's like, I created the actual version of Squid Games, or like a version of Squid Games where like I just give people money and people have to compete for it, right? They don't actually die, but they compete for it, right? Shit like that. And those are kind of like the like sort of versions of his videos. Those videos have, obviously not the Squid Games one. I think he's still in the process of creating that, but those similar types of vibes of videos do really well with the younger audiences. They go up, they go up, they go up. His views have gone up. Everything has gone up. His experience is going up. He's great. His platform is growing. He's doing amazing things. Congratulations. And then I was thinking to myself, I was like, this dude has 72 million subscribers on YouTube. The platform that this man has, the resources, the abilities, the sponsorships he can pull, he has so much power over this generation. I'm talking this generation from like 12 to 18-year-olds, because I figure that's like his ultimate demographic. It's not really like, 20 something, millennial kids. I feel like it's the kids who are like, whoa, like he actually jumped in a pool of sharks. I want to see, right? He has power over these young kids, bro. He's got power. I mean, and he's voted consistently as one of the most well-liked YouTubers. He doesn't really piss off anybody. He's not like Logan Paul, who's getting into fucking beef with KSI every other week. Nah, Mr. Beast is kind of in his own lane. He's just making videos. People love him, blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's a positive feedback loop. He has a huge platform. He's massive, bro. He's massive. He's super loved. I mean, and that is like the craziest part is like, whoa, like this dude is actually really well liked. It's not like he's just hated and has 70 million subscribers or whatever it is on YouTube, right? Like he's well liked too. Yeah, he's gotten into a little bit of controversy and all that, sure. Hasn't every fucking YouTuber with more than 50 million subscribers gotten into controversy? 100%. But here's the point. Now Mr. Beast has done this in the past. He's expanded to projects, and he's done little philanthropic efforts like Team Trees. So basically, he along with this like NASA guy, created this organization called Team Trees. It was this philanthropic kind of organization where it was basically built for like spreading the awareness of conserving trees and like helping the environment. And he basically did something along the lines of like, creators kind of making videos about it, making awareness, putting the donate button, all of these things, et cetera, on YouTube. You know how it works. And this raised over $23 million. I think this was released back in 2018. He kind of did it on a smaller scale. He obviously didn't have quite the big platform that he has now than he did, that he did back then. I don't think he had 70 million subscribers or whatever the crazy number is, right? He's had several like different smaller philanthropic efforts like this. I mean, a lot of his videos are very like micro philanthropic things. Like it's kind of like ZHC vibes too, where it's like we painted a school, or like, we gave $5 million to a random guy walking down the street or some shit like that, right? Like it's that type of stuff. It's like micro philanthropic efforts. But this was like one of the big macro philanthropic efforts that Mr. Beast put his kind of effort into. Raised $23 million. Pretty impressive. This was way back in 2018. Again, his platform was significantly smaller. Now, I want to make this very clear because I'm going to be posting this on Friday. There's a new effort called Team Seas. And basically what Team Seas is similar to Team Trees in that, that was about conserving the trees and the environment and all that. This is about helping clean out the seas and making sure there isn't enough trash, because let's be real, there is a lot of trash in the seas. I mean, there's literally something called the Pacific Garbage Patch, where it's like the size of Texas. It's located in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and there's just trash everywhere. I mean, it's like bottles and just various things. And it's mostly, where does this trash come from? It comes from people like me, you, her, Sarah from next door, freaking Annie, the cute barista at Starbucks. Like that comes from us. It comes from us, the first, like the not generation, but first world developed countries people is where this trash comes from, and we are the primary responsibility for it. We waste so much stuff. We waste plastic bottles. Like most of the shit we waste is plastic bags, bottles, whatever, right? And we don't dispose of any of it correctly. I mean, let's be honest. Where does that go? We don't really think about like where our trash goes once we like put it out for the day, right? Like it just, the trash company takes care of it, but most of it goes to landfills and, plastic doesn't decompose and it turns into these huge problems. Okay. So, and like, how does that start? Right. And this is the thing. And like, this is kind of the theory I've come up with, this makeshift theory, Changavi theory number, 507. Um, we don't use a lot of we don't dispose of our stuff correctly because we use plastic. But why do companies feel the need to use plastic? Well, it's cheap, but also we love instant gratification and we need our hands on things immediatamente, right? Like when we order something on Amazon, we have Amazon Prime, which literally gets us the goods in 2 days. So what does that do? We need everything. And so companies have to make good on that promise and they have to figure out a way to get all of the goods to us within the promised time. And what do they have to do? They have to use things like plastic and bubble wrap and all of these things that are horrible for the environment and kill all sorts of animals. Okay. Yeah. So we basically do that. But here's the thing. Let's go back to Mr. Beast for a second, right? And Team C's and all of these things. I was looking and I was curious because I was like, why don't more organizations have YouTube pages? And so I checked the Black Lives Matter YouTube page. Black Lives Matter has 1 million followers on Twitter. I checked that. That's a big following. Black Lives Matter has 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. I kid you not. Go look it up on the channel right now. Black Lives Matter has 6,000 subscribers. That is it. 6,000. That is it. That is crazy to me. What if BLM or Planned Parenthood hired full-time content creators to maintain their YouTube page and so that they can garner the attention that they need for these issues through making content? Like, and attract younger generation individuals as well as people who are on YouTube a lot to their pages. Like if BLM posts a really informative YouTube video and not just a freaking Zoom call with a bunch of people speaking a lot of PhD level jargon, but rather a YouTube video that breaks down racism in a really creative light, you put Black Lives Matter behind that, that's going to go viral. What Mr. Beast is doing is like very simple. He's like, hi, I am Mr. Beast. I'm the guy who has 71 million subscribers and does crazy stuff for a living. And I am putting my stamp of approval and my name behind this organization called Team C's, where we're basically, trying to take out trash from the seas or whatever. BLM and Planned Parenthood need to do the same thing. They need to do the same thing. It's very, very simple. It is very simple. And you can really make significant dents at this because you're creating awareness, because that's what BLM and Planned Parenthood and all of these organizations that are trying to promote, rights are trying to do. Obviously, listen, Mr. Beast isn't trying to, promote a political agenda with cleaning the seas. And cleaning the seas is a bipartisan issue. If you're Democratic, Republican, Green Party, whatever it is, you want to clean the seas. Like if you don't, I guess you're, I don't know. You must be a real tinfoil hatter. I don't know. Really don't know. I feel like everyone wants to clean the seas. And it isn't political. So I feel like that's why BLM, I feel like, gets that stigmatization. Maybe has 6,000 subscribers. I feel like BLM should have more subscribers on YouTube, though. 6,000? I feel like they're not really putting out the content that we need. I feel like Planned Parenthood isn't putting out the content that this generation wants or this generation, needs. Maybe we should brainstorm. Planned Parenthood, BLM. We should see some nice content. I want to see content. Anyway, that's what I'll say about that. But I mean, I feel like, yes, everyone can agree that we need a cleaner earth. Team C's is super important. If you guys can donate, that would be awesome. I'll actually link their stuff down below. I think that's important. And yeah, I mean, we're preserving the beauty of the environment. How much better could that get? And listen, I'm totally cognizant of the fact that I am a huge consumer and I use a lot of resources in this environment. 100%. I want to make that very clear. It is true. And so, yeah, I'll say that. That is, that's all I'm going to say. I need to be better at being a consumer because that is 100% true. Okay, let me get